Did you know that in the 9th century, one piece of parchment may have changed the fate of an entire empire? Whether that's true or not, it's a story that nobody is talking about, and by the end of this video, it might just blow your mind. Welcome back to Chronicles of Human History, where we uncover the lesser-known, yet endlessly fascinating stories from the annals of time. Today's tale? The scroll that saved an empire. Let's set the stage. The year is 859 CE, and we're in the dazzling city of Baghdad, the pulsating heart of the Abbasid Caliphate. The city isn't just a cultural and commercial hub, but also an intellectual furnace, igniting knowledge and innovation that would influence the known world. At its core, Baghdad housed the House of Wisdom, an academic melting pot where scholars translated works of ancient Greek, Persian, and Indian texts. But this tale isn't about the scholars or philosophers. Intriguing, right? It's about something seemingly mundane but unbelievably significant: a scroll. Our story revolves around the Abbasid Caliph al-Mutawakkil. Al-Mutawakkil was no stranger to controversy or danger. His rule was often tumultuous, marked by rifts with political factions, the clergy, and even his own family. This made his position precarious. He wasn't just battling external threats, but also internal conspiracies. Sound intense? Well, stay with me. It gets better. In the midst of this political turmoil, rumors began to circulate about a coup. But this wasn't your average palace intrigue. No, this was a meticulously orchestrated plot led by high-ranking officials within his court. They wanted him gone, permanently. One evening, as the caliph prepared for the traditional nightly gatherings where poetry met policy, a messenger interrupted him. This courier held a scroll bearing the seal of authenticity. It was from none other than Hunayn ibn Ishaq, a medical and scientific mind of immense renown. Why is that important, you ask? Well, Hunayn wasn't just any scholar. He was a man deeply respected, a polymath who stood at the intersection of science and governance. If he was sending an emergency message, it wasn't trivial. Al-Mutawakkil unrolled the scroll. The content shook him to his core. The written text alleged details of the conspiracy, naming names, and even outlining the plan to assassinate him. But here's the kicker. No one knows how Hunayn obtained this information. Some claim he overheard a careless whisper or intercepted messages during his regular attendance in political circles. Others? Let's just say they weren't shy about pinning it on divine intervention. Now, faced with this information, the caliph took immediate action. He rallied his loyal palace guards, summoned the suspected conspirators, and launched one of the swiftest investigations in royal records. By dawn, the whispers were silenced, the plotters apprehended, and Baghdad watched as justice wasn't just served, it was served cold. But wait, here's where things get even more riveting. This scroll, this innocuous-looking piece of parchment, went on to become a symbol. It wasn't just evidence, it was proof that no matter how deeply you buried your treachery, the walls of Baghdad seemed to have eyes and ears. A palpable fear shrouded the city, deterring any further plans of rebellion for years to come. Now here's the mystery that historians still debate. Was the scroll a genuine warning, based on actual evidence? Or was it a calculated maneuver by Hunayn, acting on behalf of loyalists, to secure al-Mutawakkil's position? Some argue that the scroll might have been the first documented example of a false flag within internal politics, crafted not to stop a coup, but to consolidate power under the guise of a threat. And here's why this is worth pondering. The fate of an empire hangs on threads like these. If the conspiracy had succeeded, history as we know it might have veered off in an entirely different direction. The House of Wisdom could have dissolved prematurely. The caliphate would have spiraled into instability earlier than it actually did. Do you feel the magnitude of that scroll now? But let's pause for a moment to talk about Hunayn himself. What kind of man was not just a scholar, but someone who, intentionally or not, helped rewrite history? Born in a small town in Mesopotamia, Hunayn was a healer, philosopher, and translator whose contributions went far beyond this episode. His translations of medical texts provided a bridge between ancient Greek and Arab medicine, ensuring that the knowledge of luminaries like Galen reached future generations. Essentially, Hunayn crafted the intellectual backbone of an era that's referred to as Islam's Golden Age. If you think about it, the irony is staggering. A man dedicated to preserving knowledge also became the architect, directly or indirectly, of an empire's preservation. His life was a testament to how no individual is ever truly one-dimensional. Now, pulling back to the larger picture. After the coup was thwarted, al-Mutawakkil ruled with an iron hand, less trusting but more decisive. The city thrived, at least temporarily. Science, poetry, and architecture continued to flourish, as did the political chess games that came with running a vast empire. The fate of empires often rests not on grand battles or monumental decisions, but on the tiniest details. A misplaced word, a hastily written letter, or in this case, a scroll, could tilt the scales. The tale of al-Mutawakkil and the scroll that saved an empire is a stark reminder of how nothing in history is as simple as it seems. Heroes can be strategists, villains can be victims of circumstance, and artifacts, like a single scroll, can become echoes that transcend time. So what is history really? Is it a collection of undeniable truths, or is it a mosaic of stories, each one adding another color? Remember, the next time you encounter a historical relic, it may not just be an object. It could be a story waiting to be unearthed. And that's the story of the scroll that saved an empire. What do you think really happened? A genuine warning? A clever political move? Or divine intervention? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Until next time, this is Chronicles of Human History reminding you, history isn't just what happened, it's how we remember it. Subscribe for more riveting tales from the past, and I'll see you in the next episode, Adventurers of Time.